You'll discover that when you fly the Allegheny Air System, we have a lot more going for you.
This space-age, $7 million nerve center, located in Washington, D.C., processes not only Allegheny's direct reservations, but also provides reservation service to all connecting airlines flying to destinations all over the world. The link between Allegheny's IBM 360 computers and the more than 800 reservations and ticketing outlets enables Allegheny's reservations, customer service, and city ticket office specialists to provide instantaneous flight information and reservations in a fraction of a second.
Thank you for calling Allegheny Airlines.
As the earth moves below, I in flight and free. Who will follow me but those who would move on lifted wings, seeking their private destiny? Am I but steel and skin woven together? Or am I but the means by which men find each other? Without the song of my engine, I am inert, a lesser thing. Throttles forward and I am for flight. There are voices that awaken me, give reason to my being. The day sounds,
Allegheny Airlines reservations. May I help you?
the night sounds,
Allegheny Airlines announces the immediate departure of Flight 871.
that force me into life.
Chicago Tower, Allegheny Flight 890. Ready for takeoff, 28 left.
Here's your ticket, and thank you for flying, Allegheny.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Minneapolis International Airport. Thank you for calling Allegheny Airlines.
I cross the spaces vectored by the sure hands of technology, ruled by man. Have you crossed them with me? With my crafted senses making it possible? I am the realm of flight, and these cities below the destination of 1 million people who need these places.
From Boston's Back Bay to the St. Louis Gateway, from Canada to the Deep South, one airline links most important centers of commerce and industry with more than 10,000 flights per week. The geography of this airline system is exciting. Its growth and operation impressive. This is the story of that airline and how we make it go. A sleek new DC-9 fanjet, simply evidence of aviation's growth, or part of a brand new idea in service to the large and intermediate-sized community. Matching prop jet economy with commuter service, all symbols of the far-reaching services of the Allegheny Air System. These are the tools with which Allegheny Airlines is making its mark in the field of commercial aviation. But how does it all come about? Aircraft do not fly themselves. They do not refuel themselves. Like all highly sophisticated systems, they need constant care and direction. The people, and there's a key word, who administer to their needs and the needs of those who fly in airplanes, are a highly specialized breed. Consider, first of all, that unique being under whose hands lie the energies of thousands of horsepower. The pilot.
Fire number 2. Mission override, single engine checklist. Throttle. Idle.
Vastly important is the stress placed on a wide variety of training programs conducted both in the classroom and on the job.
Closed Engine hydraulic pump. Off. Auxiliary hydraulic pump. Off. Filter.
When not scheduled for regular flight duties, Allegheny's pilots spend hours honing to a fine edge those abilities that allowed them to become jet pilots in the first place.
Level the wings smartly.
Single engine checklist.
All right, stand by single engine checklist. Now, Jim, just peg that heading. Keep your speed up at 240.
All righty.
Takes very little rudder trim. All right, do you feel a difference in pressure at all on a rudder?
Yeah,
You should-
on the right.
Okay,
right
now
rudder.
trim it out. Just go ahead and trim it out. All right, now I'll give you the single engine check. You ready for it?
Okay.
Okay, throttle.
All over America are found small towns such as this, somewhat removed from the mainstream of industry and commerce, but nonetheless a vital part of the economy. Their business ties with the larger corporations are linked through a system of modern communications media, telephone lines, TWX lines, and airlines. So simple an act as boarding an Allegheny commuter to one of Allegheny's major jet terminals throughout the East and Midwest is the first step in putting the smaller community businessman in touch with the economic pulse of the country. And this small step was initiated by a telephone call to an Allegheny reservation specialist. The link between Allegheny's IBM 360 computers and the more than 800 reservations and ticketing outlets enables Allegheny's reservations, customer service, and city ticket office specialists to provide instantaneous flight information and reservations in a fraction of a second.
Thank you for calling Allegheny Airlines.
Thus, one phone call has set in motion an entire complex of fascinating operations. This space-age, $7 million nerve center, located in Washington, D.C., processes not only Allegheny's direct reservations, but also provides reservation service to all connecting airlines flying to destinations all over the world. The IBM 360 computers also provide daily reports on maintenance scheduling, flight operations, and other management information services.
Do you know what trip we're on today? We're on trip 10. We're going up to Hartford and then over to Indianapolis, and we're overnighting at Indianapolis. Do you know how many people we're booked for? Booked for 72 out of Philadelphia.
Jim, 405 still in Baltimore. They have a mechanic come over to check for the reason he's operating unpressurized.
Well, the forecast looked pretty good down that way. There's a few broken clouds, about 6,000 feet, and possibly some scattered thunder showers, but nothing that amounts to anything. What's the current weather, Bob?
Day-to-day operations of Allegheny Airlines are coordinated here in systems control by professionals who monitor the progress of every flight from point of origin to destination. And now that you know a little bit about Allegheny Airlines, watch it go. In the hours before scheduled departures, Allegheny specialists in food preparation are carefully making ready a variety of meals to be served aloft. These menus, fully cooked, are packed into space-age containers which keep them at a perfect temperature until the moment of serving. Food preparation and service, always a point of pride in any airline's operation, has been brought to a peak of perfection through the use of the ingenious Genie tray. Taste-tempting menus such as these are part of the concept that says, on the Allegheny Air system, we have a lot more going for you. Allegheny's food service system is tailored to meet the demands of the passenger traveling either for minutes or hours. And the unique features of the Genie tray make it all possible. The hard-working girls who tend to passengers' needs aloft are a product of another highly specialized program, the Hostess training course. Familiarization with the type of aircraft they will be flying in is part of their indoctrination. Qualified instructors not only conduct these out-of-classroom lectures, but are also responsible for the overall training of these carefully selected young women who are to be taught the art and skill of caring for passengers. What they do for the passenger and how well they carry out their duties provide the impressions by which the airline is remembered.
The purpose of applying a makeup base is, first of all, to enhance the complexion, to hide any skin imperfections, and to improve your color tone. When you apply your makeup base...
Instruction in the art of makeup, poise, and grooming is given by a skilled professional to ensure high standards in appearance of the girls who will fly the Allegheny Air system.
And blend the makeup into the natural tones of the throat. So let's take our makeup base and follow this procedure step by step.
There is another group of professionals on the Allegheny team unequaled in importance, the mechanics. Sophisticated devices are used to keep aircraft and engine specialists proficient in checking and servicing the highly complex systems of modern turbine-powered aircraft.
On the board. It'll be covered in your manual, but I think the board will be a much better way of explaining it to you, and we'll be using it extensively. And the cockpit procedure. These will be the indicators of the cockpit that we'll be talking of, how you turn the system on, how you turn it off, what it does as you turn it on and off, and what valves you're going to be using, and how you're going to be incorporating them into the airflow system, which will be coming off from the ram air scoop, where we'll derive our cooling air that'll be going over the primary and secondary heat exchanger to give us the cooling temperature that we need in the cabin, where we're going to maintain it roughly around.
All of these things considered, training, service, and operations, one might well ask, since I only care about where I'm going and how much it costs, why should I use this airline in preference to any other? Our answer, that if you live in or have occasion to do business in the areas served by Allegheny Airlines, you can choose no finer. Here are the things we proudly offer. Dependable, modern, jet-powered equipment, together with a selection of money-saving plans for the family, the young adult, and the serviceman on furlough. Then, too, Allegheny provides a fully trained, competent, and courteous staff of professionals who, in many cases, are the first contact the passenger has with our airline.
Yes, we have a flight departing at exactly at 9, arrive 9:18. It's our non-stop fan jet. Breakfast is served. May I make a reservation for you?
That sounds fine. Can you try, please?
Yes.
Combine these
And what is
assets
your name, please?
with nearly 150 cities to fly to or from, and you have an airline operation of a very high order. Another thing, Allegheny is one of the world's fastest growing airlines, with unlimited horizons. Through any of our major gateways, it's possible to make connections that will start you on your way to anywhere in the world. For example, Hawaii, the jewel of the Mediterranean, Mallorca, exciting Scandinavia, or the tropic islands of the Caribbean. In point of fact, no matter where you wish to go, on business or pleasure, the Allegheny Air System will get you there. For there is something here in this business of flying people around in airplanes, a special something hard to define or isolate that has to do with the thing that makes this airline go. Perhaps it is just plain hard work, perhaps technological know-how, perhaps a special sort of concern. We at Allegheny think it's all of this and more. For there is a spirit throughout the Allegheny Air System, a feeling that the future is just a step away. And we know our future is in people, those who fly with us and those who help us fly. Upon boarding an Allegheny flight, you'll probably notice first the smart appearance of our hostesses, whether it be winter, spring, or summer. The concerned folks at Allegheny who take care of such things do care. And with this thought in mind, the effort is made to keep an up-to-date image with our girls and our airline. This is the spirit of concern that makes it. You'll note this, whether you're an old friend of ours or someone who has chosen to fly with us for the first time. To put it another way,
You'll discover that when you fly the Allegheny Air System, we have a lot more going for you.
And if you cross over with me the myriad places, you will come to know the heartland of this country. Microcosms of the whole are they, but no less than the whole. Listen to the names. Albany, St. Louis.
that's our story. And here's our plan. We at Allegheny Airlines mean to stay high, wide, and then some.